Sirens blaring in your ears, the wind almost knocking you over. The sky is a mixture of gray and green, and a wall of rain is just coming your way. You're in for a whirlwind. Tornadoes are common since they happen every year around the same time frame, of which winter is turning into spring and the temperatures can drastically change at any time. So it is wise to know what a tornado is, how it forms, and especially how to stay safe. First, we need to look at what a tornado is. From the basics, nationalseverestormlab.gov, a tornado is a rotating column of air that extends from the clouds and connects with the ground in a cone-shaped position. A tornado is considered a natural disaster because on National Geographic/naturaldisasters.com, of the average 80 deaths and 1,500 injuries per year happen in Tornado Alley, which includes the states of South Dakota, Nebraska, Kansas, Oklahoma, Missouri, Texas, and even Colorado. Now, moving on to how a tornado is formed. On the site SciJinx.gov, tornadoes are first thunderstorms where cool air falls and hot humid air rises, which can cause spinning in the currents in the clouds. They start out horizontal in the sky, but turn more vertical as whenever they touch down on the ground. Wind spinning inside can record over 200 miles per hour, so it can be lifted up and then touch down. It happens either way. There are 6 scales of different tornadoes: EF 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So either from like a really skinny twister like you see in movies to miles wide. An EF 0 is more just like your average thunderstorm with some hail, winds from 65 to 85 miles per hour. An EF 1 is winds 86 to 110 miles per hour. An EF 2 is winds 111 to 135 miles per hour. And EF 3 is 136 to 165 miles per hour. And EF 4 is 166 to 200. And an E5 is anything over 200 miles per hour. Along with National Geographic, tornadoes.com states that most tornadoes last up to 10 minutes, but some can go up to more than half an hour. Now, lastly and most important, how to stay safe. According to information gathered in my class, audience analysis in July 2020, most of you said you knew how to stay safe by simply taking shelter, going to a basement, keeping your family safe, or even just slightly freaking out, which is totally understandable. On cdc.gov, first says to know the difference between a tornado watch and a tornado warning. A tornado watch is weather conditions are favorable for starting up a storm, and a tornado warning is warning that a tornado is touching down. Also be prepared with a battery device like some TVs and radios. Have an emergency plan including a safe shelter, an emergency kit, and even important documents that you wouldn't want destroyed. RedCross.org says that the same, but also includes underground is safe, but homes like trailers are not safe at all. To actually know your surroundings before storms, news.wic.edu says to look at the sky if there's any hints of green. That means that there are thunderstorms that could produce large hail or even a tornado. So find shelter, stay away from trailers and overpasses, and if you're in a car, pull over, put your head down, and if in a rural area, find a ditch that is not flooded. Now, from the discussion board analysis, 16, not including me, have commented on experiencing tornadoes like it says here. So 6 of you have not, but you have heard about them, and then 10 of you have actually experienced them. So that's more than just 50% of the difference, even though I think there was one person that was missing that did not comment. Now I have a personal story about tornadoes. I have experienced a tornado. It was in 2008. I was only 8 years old, and my dad and I were taking my sister to her job in Joplin. And on the way there, the weather conditions were really weird. It was just like storming, and then all of a sudden it was hailing everywhere. And so we had to park underneath a bank so our car wouldn't get damaged. And so it somewhat cleared up in Joplin. We were able to drive home, and in Racine, which is where our house was, there were just trees down everywhere. We could see of all the damage that had been done. And there was even this guy that told my dad to turn back around, but my dad was like, no, that's our house, we're gonna go see it. And so the second I remember seeing our house all destroyed was like a breaking moment. And then it took, because of all the destruction that was in front of our house, it took forever to finally get my mom out of the basement along with our dog and cat. But just knowing that tornadoes can definitely do that much damage. And I also have a piece of our house that was destroyed by the tornado. I actually dug this out of my mom's photo albums, and I used it for my senior memory book last year. It's just really remarkable how some pieces like this, even though it looks so small, it's still fully intact in what the color of the house used to look like. Tornadoes, you just always got to be careful, because if you're in one or know someone who was, it's just always going to be ingrained with you. So, in conclusion, tornadoes are more of a planned, kind of like a planned surprising natural disaster. It's somewhat an equal mix of hurricanes and earthquakes. For a hurricane, you can be completely somewhat prepared ahead of time and move out of harm's way. But an earthquake, it can just be a beautiful day. It can just shake the ground uncontrollably. Tornadoes, you have signs of like how the sky's turning green, a wall of rain, or really strong winds, so you know when to take cover. But it is really good to know and to be careful. So what I went over today was what a tornado is, how it forms, and how to stay safe. I really hope you're able to learn from this, and I can't wait to learn about your topics as well. Thank you.